Hi everyone, welcome. I am so glad you're joining me today. I am super excited to show you these fun projects featuring this new set from Stampin' Up called Blossoms in Bloom. It is beautiful. It's the first thing I worked with when I got my pre-order earlier this month, and I had so much fun making all sorts of different color combinations. So I thought I would just hop on and share a live video with you. Now, if you're just catching up, if you're just tuning in, welcome. This is Patty Bennett. I blog at pattystamps.com, and I have all of the details for this project on pattystamps.com today, including measurements and all of the products I used. So I am just trying to bring up my post over here so that I can see your comments. Good heavens, why? Oh, hang on, I think maybe I found it. I did. Okay. Hopefully, yes, I see your comments. Oh, that always worries me. So, hey, Kathy, Tracy, Anne-Marie, Faith, Jen, Diane, so good to see everybody on here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are going to be talking about these beautiful cards and the Blossoms in Bloom set. I'm going to be using the Stamparatus today. Give me a thumbs up or a heart if you have used the Stamparatus, or maybe it's something that you need some tips for. Maybe we can help with that today. I'm going to show you why I used it today with this stamp set. Yes, I see some hearts and some thumbs up. Yay. Hey, Sharon, good to see you. Diane, Marilyn, Karen, Mary Beth, Terry. Hi, everyone. So glad you're tuning in. I'm just giving everyone just a moment to jump on. Now, if you see the little red live button up there, that means that you are catching me live, and I should be able to see your comments. I'm doing my best to demonstrate, give you tips, and watch comments. So if I miss a question, please go ahead and post it at the end. I will ask at the end if you had questions, and I will come back I'll still be here. I will look at the end for any questions you might have. So it is a little hard sometimes to catch everything that goes by, but I do want to answer your questions. So just a note, if you saw my blog post yesterday, I have been working like crazy to get the new catalog out to my customers. I've mailed 450 catalogs so far and ordered another 200 because I have tons of requests and I ran out. So if you have requested one and you didn't get yours yet, it'll probably either come Tuesday or Wednesday, or if you just recently requested it in the last couple days, then I will be getting more of these at the end of this week and they will be going out. Now, when you are my customer and you request the catalogs, you will receive inside a fun shopping list with a couple of my favorites listed, the dates of the catalog. You'll notice this catalog is only for 11 months, so they're changing up timing just a little bit. You'll receive your free Stamps with Patty form that you can fill out when you order $50 or more, and it's redeemable for $40 in product. There's a little flyer about me, and you should receive the beginner brochure. So all of that would come in your catalog. Now today, let's check out this Blossoms in Bloom set and these cards. So you can see there's a really large image, which I've got mounted in my Stamparatus. There are smaller flowers, individual leaves, flower centers, a little and two little flowers, and then all those greetings. So those all come in the set. I'm going to actually demo this one. So let's just look briefly at these three. Oh, I think I'm missing a couple. Well, that's all right. There are going to be more samples like this on my blog tomorrow. So if you tune into pattystamps.com, tomorrow is the 20, oh, I can't even read the calendar from here. Oh dear, 28, 27, 26th. So today's the 25th. So on the 26th, you'll see these with all the details, the color combinations, etc. Same stamp set, Blossoms in Bloom. But today I'm going to show you how I made these cards. Let me just grab something else. Hang on one second. This is the one I think I wanted to have. Yes. And I'll show you why. Because if you look at this right here, this is actually the whole stamp. And I have kind of a funny story on my blog today. I'll show you how I did this and everything. But I took a picture of it. Lots of these cards to make for customer thank you cards. And hey, yes, Eric Bennett, you are watching. Thank you for helping me package up all the catalogs. He just commented, you are a lifesaver. Thank you, dear. Didn't know you were watching. Anyway, I had lots of these cards to make, and I started to stamp these images, and I thought, wow, what if I cut it in half and put it on 2 cards? I could get double the cards. And I sent a picture of it to my friend Kirsten, and she goes, oh yeah, that's the Jennifer Maguire thing. She's been doing that. She's been making double cards where she just stamps one and then she cuts it in half. And I was like, oh, she is? I didn't even know. It was so funny. So anyway, I guess this is a Jennifer Maguire thing where she stamps it and cuts it in half. But anyway, I wanted to use this fun fold, which I've got on my blog today with all the dimensions. And so that's why I did it, to have 2 and then to get twice as many cards. So if you are curious for the dimensions, I have this on my blog today. So it shows you that the Night of Navy back panel is just a 1/4 sheet, and then the Whisper White is a 1/4 inch smaller, 4 by 5 1/4, and then you have a Misty Moonlight, which this is a sneak peek of a new in color. So this piece is 2 3/8 by 11, folded in half, and that's what makes this little middle section here. And then the Whisper White piece on top is just going to be my 1/4 sheet cut in half and trimmed down a little bit to fit. So if you need these dimensions, just hop over to pattystamps.com today and you can download that if you'd like. So those were the pieces, and let's get going and I'll show you how to do this. I feel like I've just missed a whole bunch of comments, but let me just look back. Okay, I don't think there was actually any questions. Thank you for all your nice comments so far. Thank you. So we are going to be using the Stamparatus to do this. 2 reasons that I chose to use the Stamparatus for this card. Number 1, you can see this is a really large image. It's here on my top plate. So you can see this is a really big stamp. Anytime you're using a very large stamp, the chances are it's possible that it's not going to stamp perfectly on every little bit of it on your first time. So I thought if I use the Stamparatus, and I stamp and then I look and part of it didn't turn out, I can just press down again. So that's a perfect reason for using this. The other reason I'm using the Stamparatus on this card today is that I wanted to make, like I showed you, I was making about 65 of these, and it's a time saver when you have everything all lined up, ready to go, and all you have to do is put your cardstock down. I've made a little tick mark right where I wanted it to line up. I'm going to scoot my magnet right over to there to hold it down. And it's such a time saver when you're just stamping, stamping, stamping really quickly. Now, normally I like to have my plate with my stamp up here and I flip down this way. However, if I put this over here, I'm going to hit my whole camera setup. So just for this, you're going to see me make it sideways, and I just don't want to throw you, but that's why I'm going to do it sideways so I can just flip it over. There are 2 sides to this, and we are going to put the other stamps on the plate that can go right here. Okay, so we are going to do that. And I like that you can have multiple images on there. So we are starting with Seaside Spray. Now I've lined this up. You can see right here that this is going to stamp basically in the center or close to it. And it doesn't have to be exactly centered. Remember, we're going to cut that piece of paper. But I've already got that one lined up. And a little tip for you, I like to put a stamp case underneath this plate. It's the perfect height so that when you're inking, you are not putting any pressure. You're not making that plate bow. It's not at an angle. It's just totally flat. So that's what I like to do. And then for the flower centers, I've got Night of Navy and a sponge dauber. Now I'm going to get some ink on there, and I'm actually going to just stamp off a little because I don't want like a super dark blob. But what I'm going to do is go very gently in the centers. And this is just to get a little bit of depth. It's not a lot of color, it's just a little. So you can see here that around the centers, there's just a little bit of a hue of a darker color. And then we're going to press down, and this allows you to kind of go around and press and make sure that you get it all. And then lift up, and you can see that dark and light. So you can see there that it gave me a little bit darker in the middle and a little bit lighter on the outside. Now, if I saw an area like right there, you know, maybe it didn't go perfectly, I could flip it down and do it again, but I actually think it's fine. I'm happy with where that is. I'm going to add another magnet right there. So we're done with that plate, and I'm actually going to just take it off just because of the constraints here where I have my camera and my lights. And now we're just going to flip it back to here, and I'm going to put this one on the side, and we are going to add the flowers. There's 2 small flowers that I added. So if we look here, we can see that I put a flower there, and I have another flower somewhere around here. It's not that it has to be exact, but that's good. And then I had a leaf up here. So let's adjust that a little so we can fit that leaf in. And I had, you know what? I know what I did though. Hang on. I'll show you why. So we are going to have, we have to look at both halves here. We are going to put, that's what I did. I'll show you why. Hang on. And then we'll have a leaf here and a leaf. It's about there. Okay, I'll show you why I did that. So when we close this and press down, that's going to pick these 4 images up off the paper. Okay, that allows me to use my Granny Apple Green down here and my Mango Melody on the flowers. And I wasn't trying to scoot around and try to fit those ink pads close to each other. If I would have put this leaf up here where I had it before, that would have been very hard to get the Mango Melody here and the green here. Okay, so there's that. And I put all of my pieces back in. I did all of that. And then I moved these and I put the flowers down here and the leaves up here, and I stamped the rest of them. So that's what I would do with this. So let's pretend that we have all of those done. The last thing I did was I used the little flower centers. So there's actually 2 sizes that I used. And I'm just going to do one on each side of my block here to show you. So the little dots, I inked that with my Night of Navy. And, oops, didn't get that one perfect. Good. Good save. But I did these by hand because that would have, I think, taken a really long time to ink every one of those and keep moving that over here on the Stamparatus. So that's why I just did all those little centers by hand. And then you can see if those were to be like back together, you can see how all of those fit together. So I hope that makes sense on how I did that. And if you were only doing a few, I would probably just mount the flowers and the leaves and just stamp them really quickly. But since I was doing 65, I really needed this to be an assembly line. I guess that's the best way to describe it. Get that done really quickly. Okay, so let's get this assembled and I'll show you how this went together. Oh, just put my finger in the ink. That is not a good deal. Do you ever do that? Do you ever pick up your ink pad and it just goes right in the ink? So then this I had left at 4 1/4. So to cut it in half, it would be 2 1/8. And that is going to give me 2 cards. So all I would need to do then is to adhere this onto this Misty Moonlight panel. And then put this right in the center. And add my greeting ribbon if I want to, little dots if I wanted to do that. And that's how you make this really easy fun fold card. And again, you're getting 2 out of each one. So I could go back and add the additional yellow flowers and leaves to this. I'll probably do that. But I just wanted to show you quickly how that was done. Isn't that super easy and fun? And you can do any color combos you want. The whole idea with the big flower is to pick 2 colors that are contrasting. So that's why I've got the Seaside Spray and the Night of Navy for that. And then I just love, I think blue and yellow is so pretty. And I really wanted to try out the new Bumblebee, but since we don't have the ink pads for in colors yet, I selected Mango Melody. And then my favorite green is Granny Apple Green. And so I had to toss that in. So that was my color palette for this card. So what do you think? You like it? Was that, yeah, okay, everybody's saying so simple, pretty and easy. Yay! I know, isn't that fun? So easy to do this. I just think it was such a fun way to get so many cards done. I love this set. It was the first thing I grabbed on, I think my pre-order, I think I overnighted it. So it came on May like 4th or 5th or something. No, I forget which day we could pre-order. Anyway, it came like a couple weeks ago and I've made lots of cards with it. And I just thought they were so fun. I'll just bring these back in. So this style with this fold and the tutorial, the dimensions, they're on my blog today, pattystamps.com. And then I have more. There's another one too. It's missing somewhere. I have these going on my blog tomorrow with all the colors that I used, but it's the exact same technique. I stamped them exactly the same. You can see all the flowers are like in the same spots, but I just used different colors. And look how nicely that turned out with that purple variegated ribbon. It's like I just totally was able to mimic those colors. And then this one, I just trimmed around part of it just to be different. And this, those polka dots are the new in color. It's a 6x6 stack, so the cute little polka dots in Bumblebee. And this is a good lesson. It shows you how well Mango Melody and Bumblebee coordinate. Don't they look really nice together? I think that's going to be a great combo. So that's that. And that's all I had for you today. I am glad you joined me. If you have any questions, I'm happy to hang out a minute. This would be a good time if you had a question that you posted earlier, because I was looking down here and I missed. Could you please go ahead and repost your question for me so that I can answer that for you while I'm on here? And if you didn't have any questions, then I will let you go. But if you need one of those new catalogs, let me know. If you don't have a demonstrator and you're in the US, you can find the link at pattystamps.com. Up at the top of my blog, there is a request a catalog button, and I'd be happy to send you one. If you work with another demonstrator, please contact that demonstrator for your catalog. Good question. Jennifer is asking about the saying that "to a friend that makes me smile" is from Forever Fern. All of the details for that are on my blog today, all the supplies and all the links. So yes, I should have mentioned that. I just love how it fits in a circle, and I thought that the circle was a nice complement to all these kind of hard angles on there on that card. So thank you for checking on that. Thank you. Hi, Gay. Good to see you on here. Let's see. Is this the stamp set that has coordinating envelopes and memories and more card pack? I don't think this is part of anything. I think it's just the set and the dies. This is part of a bundle. I did not use the dies yet. I wanted to explore the stamp set first. So it's just a bundle as far as I know. It's not part of Memories and More pack. Thank you. So glad you like these. Thank you. Thank you. Any other questions I can answer for you quickly before I let you go? It's so nice to see everybody on here. Oh, lots of hearts. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I should mention the catalog starts June 3rd. So if you're looking for Blossoms in Bloom or any of those other new products, that is not, yes, I can open it. These are not available until June 3rd. So this is how it opens. And you could put a white panel or a lighter color in here also if you wanted to. And I did try this with some designer paper back here, but it was a little too busy for me. I liked just having these beautiful images sort of stand out. So there's different ways that you could do this. And if you're just tuning in, don't forget you can hop over to pattystamps.com and you can see all the measurements for this card if you missed that earlier. So I have all of that there for you. You're welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Hi, Shelley. Hi, Betty, Cindy, Diane, Tracy. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like the color combos. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. This was fun. And I look forward to sharing, I think I'm going to share some sunflower coloring tips with you. I put a sneak peek on my business page yesterday, and several people were commenting about shading the sunflowers. So I will be happy to share that with you. You're welcome, everyone. Have a wonderful day today. I don't know what everybody's doing for the holiday, but it's heating up weather-wise here. So I think we will probably be staying in the air conditioning today. So thanks for joining me. I am so glad that you enjoyed the cards. You can watch the replay if you missed the beginning, but I will see you on the next live. Okay, thanks everybody. Bye-bye.